It sounds very polite, the British accent.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It sounds very good. I mean, if you look at the American accent, that sounds very like rough.
I'd say people there are more extroverted, more outgoing.
For me, it's normal to drive in the right or you drive in the left lane.
Yeah.
But there, you just drive in the middle.
Yeah.
There's nobody
Same,
around. You
same
just
in Colombia. And
put up these posts
Yeah.
that show how the building would look like, and for 90 days, everybody has the right to go protest it and say, I don't want this house to be built there.
Hey guys, welcome back to the D&Y Podcast, or maybe we should call it the Coffee and Gardening Podcast. Yes, this is our garden. No, it's a coffee shop, I'm kidding. I'm here today with my friend Dimitri, my co-host, in person again, and my other friend Mateo, who's joining us. He's going to be the star of the show today. So, buckle up, because it's about to be interesting. Gonna start, right?
Thank you for the introduction, Yassine. It's a pleasure to be back on again.
Thank you, bro.
From last month, we recorded this episode half an hour later than we recorded the one you saw a month ago, but
Yeah.
that's fine. We're here at I wish we could show you the back of it,
Yeah.
because it looks even better. We have to sit that way because the sun is coming from here,
Yeah.
and we don't want to be backlit.
It would give you vertigo as well, but it's
Yeah, it is high. But anyways, yeah, thank you for tuning into this episode. Yassine, do you want to start with your wisdom nugget of today?
My wisdom nugget of today, I'm trying to think which one should I start with. I have many. I think one that I would recommend is or one that I've been doing recently, is the importance of reading. You know, I've gotten back to reading, and it's a very helpful habit. I've been reading a story of one of my favorite wrestlers, and his journey, how he fell and got back up and made his dream come true, and it's been very inspiring and makes me like think big, you know. So reading is one of those habits that I think is super important, and it's been helping me with my sleep as well. You know, my mind shuts up and listens to the story. So I'd say getting back to reading is a good habit.
Do you read at all, Mateo?
Well, I used to read a lot. Now I don't really read that much. But one thing I do now is like I listen to a lot of podcasts.
That's good.
So right now there's this guy I really look up to. His name is Nick Sant'Anastaso, and well, Nick Sant'Anastaso, he was born with hand-heart syndrome. So basically, he's missing like his arm and his two legs. And he only has one arm, but basically I find him very inspirational because he's managed to build himself, work on himself, and it's impressive because coming from a small town in New Jersey where kids would make fun of him, and then turning into a global super speaker, it's a very inspirational story. So I definitely recommend you guys check out his podcast. It's very inspirational.
Yeah, I'm not too big into reading, but I'll check out that podcast. But I'm not too big into reading. I've never been. You can ask my mom; she will laugh at you and say Dimitri's never been a reader. Every time he wanted to start a book,
so you're more visual.
Yeah,
Audio.
Audio or visual. Yeah. I don't like to read as much. I've tried it. I mean, I've read some business books and stuff, but I even prefer audiobooks. Like when I travel like long distances, sometimes. I listen to audiobooks. That happens to me, and I mean there's some times that you can spend on that.
Yeah.
But I think my advice or my wisdom nugget, as we call it, for this week would be just start it and don't try to be perfect with everything that you do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we try to start with something and we try to make it perfect from the first day on.
Yeah.
We try to run a marathon the first time we train. We try to do the perfect video the first time we record one.
Yeah.
We try to do the best exam the first time we try the exam. And I think to just start and get better along with the time is a lot better.
I definitely agree.
And to consistently show up, consistently do things is a lot better than trying to be perfect at the start, because you're never going to start if you try to be perfect from the get-go.
Because I hate to break it to you, you're never going to be perfect.
But that's the thing, because like...
not in a mean way.
No, obviously, but like I was also telling Yassine the other day because we hit a roadblock, because right now I'm helping Yassine with his outreach for Yassine Voices.
Yeah.
And Yassine told me that he wanted to only focus on a certain audience but I told him we should reach out to as many people as possible because, as Dimitri said, we tried to be perfect from the start. You know, like we tried to have a plan and then stick to it. But the more flexible you are, the more opportunities come your way. So try things, and if it fails at the start, it's not the end of the world. Like you still have room to make mistakes, and you can improve on your mistakes. And yeah.
Yeah, his point of view was very interesting because he was like, we're still getting started. We're still trying to figure out what people want voice acting. We don't know. So might as well reach to as many of them and figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
And broaden the list. Specify
because
the list.
then you get to see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And you just build on that.
And and so even to your point, Dimitri, like, you know, with our the translation thing, we were reaching out to people and stuff. Of course, the portfolio videos we made were not the perfect lip syncing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's okay, because if we waited for the perfect lip syncing, we would never start.
Exactly. That's what I thought when we started. I just wanted to, we put up the portfolio site, we put up videos, we show them what we can do, we put up a text. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just do something and we start sending out messages.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing. And as long as we get that routine in,
it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. And you can improve it. As you said, you can never find out what works and what doesn't if you don't do anything.
If you don't try,
And a quote that you've probably already heard is you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you don't try it, it's 100% sure you're going to fail if you don't try it.
Yeah. And also, if you're scared of failure, there's something that I've learned, which is people fail, even the best athletes fail, but we remember and celebrate them for the 1 goal or 2, 3 goals they were able to score. Like, we know the best athletes don't score every game. They miss sometimes. But we don't view them as failures because we remember the ones they put in.
Or we focus on like a specific era of their career when they were, you know, not performing as they were in their prime. So like a lot of people judge them on that, but then they forget like all the, like, you know, like all the achievements that they've made in their career. So
It's something that is really interesting that I've heard is our national hero, Roger Federer. He had said one time he, I think, won 80% of the games that he played in his career. But from those 80 games, he only won, I think, 52 or 54% of his points. So from the points that he played, he just barely won half of them. Just barely half of them. So, I mean, even the best athletes, they lose and they fail.
That's true.
Mateo, I think something we can touch on that might be interesting is you're studying abroad, or you studied in Montreal, I think, in Canada, and now you're in the UK. Give us an insight into that. How's the differences between being in Canada, being in the UK, and being here in Switzerland? Because I think the culture are still bit different.
Very, like, the cultural norms and differences are vast between the 3 countries. I'd say, like, in Montreal, because they speak French, but they speak Quebec French, and the accent is a bit off-putting at times, but it's a very distinct way of speaking, and also the people are very respectful. In the UK as well, they're very respectful. But I would say, the first thing that hit me when the winter arrived in Montreal was the cold. I don't think anyone is ready to experience the cold firsthand, because coming from Switzerland and in the UK, like, I'm not used to such extreme temperatures.
How cold does it get in the winter?
So the coldest weather we got in Montreal was probably around minus 25, something like that. Yeah. And keep in mind that 10 years ago, well, due to global warming, it's warmed up a bit. But 10 years ago, like, the norm was for it to be like minus 30 or something.
Yeah, I'd be dead by then.
It's like, if you don't like equip yourself, if you don't like wear the proper attire, like clothes for the occasion, like it can get dangerous, you know. There are people who have gotten frostbite and like yeah, no, it's the cold out there is something else. But I would say, you know, like studying in the UK now, it's a great experience. It's been a great experience. You know, well, since I'm from London, so I kind of do know how the city works, how people are and stuff. It's a great city to be in. But I will always say that my real home is here in Switzerland because, you know, I grew up here. I like how things are here. You know, it's a very peaceful environment. It's very, like, people are very kind here. So, yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference between London and Geneva?
The biggest difference, I would say, is the mentality, you know, because people in the UK tend to be very, like, there's a lot of polarization between, like, the political parties, you know, the Tories and the Reform Party. But here, I would say that people are very, you know, while people do, like, they don't share the same political opinion, there are many people who, like, agree on certain and it's very easy for people to vote here. It's not like in other countries where, you know, you have to go through an entire process. Here, the good thing is that, you know, like, there's a lot of, people get a lot of say in what gets approved or what doesn't get approved. So, yeah, I would say that's the biggest difference, you know. But, yeah.
For sure. And do you think, like, people get along better that have, like, different political opinions here in Geneva than they would in the UK? Like, someone from, let's say, a right-wing party doesn't come along very well in London, but they like...
Well, I would say that's a very good question. I'm not sure exactly because, you know, like, I'm speaking from a very biased point of view, but I would say definitely here people, it is easier, you know, to get your voice, your opinion voiced, you know. Whereas in other countries, well, understandably so, you know, like, we're, like, this is like the, Switzerland is really, like, one of the few places where democracy is very, you know, prominent. And it is easy to voice your opinion here. But, yeah.
The other day we voted on whether I should get a haircut or not.
That's the thing. Everything gets... No, but like... no, but he made a good point there because it was a joke, but like everything gets a vote here down to the last, you know, like you wouldn't expect, like, for example, if someone wants to like plant a tree in a certain area, like everyone gets a vote on whether they want that tree to get planted or not.
Yeah, I think for people that don't live in Switzerland, I don't know if it's normal to you, but for us it is.
Yeah.
If someone wants to build a house, like they put up this metal structure that, no, it's not a structure, just like posts that show how the building would look like. And for 90 days, everybody has the right to go protest it and say, I don't want this house to be built there, and give their reasons. I don't know if that's normal in other countries, but it is normal here.
I don't think it is normal in other countries.
I don't know how Egypt is.
Nah.
They just build.
We'll just build.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about the UK? Your favorite thing about here, and your favorite thing about Montreal?
Okay, so my favorite thing about Switzerland probably be like the quality of life, you know, like just knowing that I can go out without, you know, like just going out safely, you know, you can walk around safely is probably a good thing about Switzerland. In the UK, I would say it's I don't know, to be honest. I would have to say
the British accent.
Yeah, the accent is actually very, very... I like the British accent. So yeah, that would probably be...
It sounds very polite, the British accent.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It sounds very good. I mean, if you look at the American accent, that sounds very, like, rough and, like...
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. And Montreal, I would say... definitely not the cold. But... I think the city was nice, to be fair. You know, the city, like, it kind of reminds me of New York in a way, you know. But yeah, not a huge fan of the cold, that's for sure.
What?
But, yeah.
What did you feel was the biggest difference between people in the UK, in Switzerland, and in Montreal?
Biggest difference would be, I think. No, I mean there are a lot of similarities between the people from Montreal and Switzerland and the UK, but I think the biggest difference would really be like the cultural norms that exist in each in each place.
Mm.
So, for example, in Montreal, for example, you have certain certain habits. For example, people are more likely to spend time indoors. Well, it makes sense, right? It's cold most of the time there. But in the UK, it is normal for people to go out more, to go to pubs and stuff, And in Switzerland, I would say people are a bit more reserved, a bit more. They keep themselves to themselves, they're a bit more introverted.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one of the main three differences between people from Montreal, people from Switzerland, and people from the UK.
That's very good.
Yassine, what would you say is the biggest difference between Switzerland and Egypt? Besides that it's just warmer there in Egypt.
Yeah, that's the only difference, guys. It's warmer. No, the biggest difference, I'd say you can definitely feel it with the people. I'd say people there are more extroverted, more outgoing. Sometimes they might make a joke and they just met you a minute ago. And here it's a little bit more different. They're a little bit more reserved. They're both very sweet people, but they're
Sweet.
they're more reserved.
Very good.
And of course the driving.
The driving.
I can tell you that because I've driven in both. So
What would you say, because in Egypt I imagine that they're not as strict as they're here when it comes to driving.
Sorry, how do I put this? It's kind of like
They just drive as
Yeah.
yeah, instant
On all sides of the road.
pure instinct.
Yeah.
Because I was in Egypt 2 times, and I mean, there's a line in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
There's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And for me, as a driver that has learned to drive here, for me it's normal to drive. You either drive
You're separate in each separate
you
lane.
just drive in the right
Your
or
own
you
lane.
drive in the left lane.
Yeah.
But there, you just drive in the middle.
Yeah.
There's nobody
Same.
around. You
Same in Colombia. In Colombia,
you just drive.
It's crazy. You see stuff that you would never expect to see on the road. You have people cutting other people off. You have, so for example, the other day.
Sorry, cutting them.
No. I mean, you know what I mean. But on the road, I've seen for example, I was in my aunt's car once, and we were on the highway, and there was this motorcyclist that comes out of nowhere.
Wow.
And he stops in front of a taxi, and if he hadn't stopped at the last second, the taxi would have hit him easily. So that was crazy to watch. But I guess I'm so used to everything being so people being super respectful on the road, or being super calm when they drive, that for me seeing this in Colombia was it's a culture shock kind of. But yeah.
I get that.
Mm.
Well, I think we have 20 minutes has passed now.
Yeah. Guys, it's over. You need to subscribe for more.
You actually never said to subscribe in this episode already.
Yeah, so guys, you have to subscribe now and
It's very important. So we'll get to the grateful part now.
You can start as our guest.
All right, so it's just one thing I'm grateful for now, I would say, is my family's in good health. So that's something to be grateful for. And no, I feel I'm in a position where because I would say the fact that you're able to wake up in the morning, not be constrained by any financial or other limitations, I would say that's already a huge plus, So yeah, no, honestly, I would say just to be grateful is to be thankful for the little things that you enjoy in your everyday life. So I would definitely say those are things that are grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before Yassine goes on, tell us your things that you're grateful for in the comments. It's important to always enjoy the things that we have, because as I said in the last podcast episode, you only see what you have when you don't have it anymore. That's when you realize,
Yeah.
oh,
Like when you take things for granted and then, yeah.
Wow, you guys have just made this difficult. You set the bar high. Okay, I was gonna say I'm grateful for this cup of coffee, but now it won't work.
that's a good thing to be
Well,
grateful
yeah.
as well. Not everybody can drink a cup of coffee at 11:30 on a Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm grateful for that ability to be able to have that cup of coffee with some of my friends.
Okay. Nice.
It's a good thing to be grateful for. It's a small thing, but it's a
No,
great
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I'm grateful that for the fact that we're surrounded by nature. There's some countries I know where it's a little bit hard to reach nature and get this fresh oxygen, this fresh sunlight. So I'm grateful for that. And of course, I'm grateful for my family and friends. Yeah.
Grateful for these birds that fly by. and
Bro, what is that?
special noises?
It caught me off guard.
No, I would say I'm grateful to be in good health, to wake up and don't have anything. Some people don't have the ability to walk, so
Yeah.
that is very good. Grateful that my family's in good health as well, and it hopefully stays the same
Yeah.
for some time. Grateful to have you guys here on the podcast today and to spend this few hours here in Geneva with this. We had some very good luck with the
Yeah.
weather. I
Oh
have
yeah,
to
no,
say.
definitely, yeah.
Because it's not too hot. Because with 30 degrees we would like melt away. we've catch good weather, so very grateful for that.
Yeah. I think, and I'm grateful for each one of you that likes and subscribes and comments and
It's a nice
shows
hook.
us love.
That's a nice hook.
So, yeah, guys, wish you a great rest of your day and see you in the next one.